Manchester High, how you feeling? I like it. Talk of you, myself in? Talk of you. Alright, let's get this Talk of You party started. What are some of the issues that you see going on in your community?
Physical abuse, miss.
By who?
Parents and other adults.
In schools, like, we don't have a long lunch period. Yeah.
Lunch period.
And some of the subjects are not really necessary.
Okay.
In my community, miss, most of them are on weed and those stuff, miss.
You're on weed?
Yes, miss. Around my age too, miss.
Sorry?
Around my age.
Around your age?
Yes, miss.
I think that a major problem is pressure, like from all angles, from school, from parents, from your friends. Well, parents more to say. Like from school, you have assignments, back-to-back, exams, tests, co-curricular activities that you have to be involved in, and it's a lot to maintain.
Well, one issue that I've observed is that there's a materialistic idea that is developing amongst young people, especially young men. This materialistic thinking, I think one of the main causes of it is even some of the teachers as well. Because they tell the students, you know, you need to get the big jobs and make the big money, and so on. The more important things, such as what are the values of life, so are not really emphasized.
If you were to have a class which was completely focused on values and morals, what a man should be, what a woman should be, you know, would you like that kind of class? Do you feel you have that class? Hold on. Hand up if you think you have a moral and value class which makes you understand what a man should be, what a woman should be, that guides you with your morals. Okay. All right, which class is that?
You have the family life class, so they come and talk to you about, like, you know, certain how to be a better individual or so. But majority of the times when these teachers come, it's just about, you know, finishing the syllabus, getting the subjects out of the way. It's not really a matter of learning.
So is that the role of the teacher though, or really more so the role of the parents?
Parents, teachers, the older society.
Okay, we have to work together.
For me, I think for young persons, they are at a stage in their lives when they are seeking to have that sense of belonging in society, and that is natural because we are social beings and so we want to fit in, but it also puts young people at a vulnerable place where they can, you know, be vulnerable to getting messed up, you know, falling short of achieving whatever they could achieve, because in their effort to fit into society, many of them are pressured to alter their physical appearance so as to fit in. Some are pressured to become sexually involved. They are pressured in many other ways. So I think one of the dominant issues that young people face is peer pressure, because they are at a vulnerable place in life where they want to have that sense of belonging.
I realize that education is no longer important to most of us. Back in the day, we realized that education was the access to social mobility. But now, we realize that there are illegal ways of being successful. So education is no longer seen as that important thing that we need.
Adding to what Brittany just said, it's not that education is now unimportant to us. It's that those of us who are actually working, sometimes, for example, in universities, many people are put out because they don't have the money, but they have the qualifications. And to get jobs and those stuff in society, those who actually work for it are being pushed out over those who are wealthy or those who have links or those stuff.
Education is free. Doesn't cost a cent. Knowledge is free. Intelligence is free. You all have a smartphone and you're all on Facebook. Did anybody tell you about I think he's from Kenya, if I remember correctly, that built a plane entirely on the internet, just like reading, entirely based on his information that he gathered via the internet? Anybody ever heard of this thing called GOOGLE? Anybody ever heard of BOOKS? Oh, well, guess what? Information, knowledge is free.
You said that education is free, right? And you're saying that education is free, that you can go, you don't have to go to formal education for you to get a job. I absolutely disagree with that completely.
Okay,
Why?
Yep.
You can have internet, you can have access to internet, vast amounts of knowledge. You can know more than anybody who go through the formal education system. But when you go to apply for a job now and you have on your resume, read on the internet, I'm reading our book set.
I'm so glad you said that. And I'm going to, you want to keep going?
Yes, I'm saying now that even if you can't go on with your resume and say something like that, right? And even if you want to do CXC or you want to keep all these things, you have to pay money for them same way.
Right. Yes. We invented nearly everything. So we now need to go back to the time when we were kings and queens and we created the first universities. Black people created the first writing systems, and we are such consumers of everybody else's inventions, we're no longer inventing. Because what you said, what I'm trying to stimulate thought is this: if we can't get a job, why am I applying to you, Master? Why am I not creating my own business? Huh? Why am I not creating and building my own hotel? I don't need a piece of paper to own my own hotel if I have collective security and the resources of the labor, the hands, where we could all get together and put in a little something and build the biggest supermarket. Do you know any black people that own big supermarkets? Or they all just work there?
I agree that instead of applying to someone else's organization, we could start our own organization. But how can we start or you give an example, build a hotel. How can we build a hotel when the resources, as in the materials, the blocks, the cement, comes from the white man's company? So we're still supporting the white man's company even if we're starting our own company.
Because we need to work in a global space. I'm not saying we don't have to support, but that's the other thing you all need to think about. Why don't we own the materials company?
How can we start our own organization and be successful while, like, tourists and the white men have more benefits when they come over here, like the tax-free permit, for example.
Keep going, keep going.
Why can't we give that to, like, a black man or someone in the country rather than giving it to an outsider?
The fourth form student and your head girl raised a very important point regarding financial challenges. And it's evident and it's clear and it's real. But we can do some things to assist our parents, as you all are trying to do. Emprezz mentioned our website earlier, www.youtjamaica.com. There are a lot of scholarships and grants available for students to get on. So the fifth formers and the sixth formers, you can start looking into that. But the first, the fourth formers as well, you can start that research from now. If you don't have that certificate, a lot of persons don't want to employ because of the experience. But you can use that experience to create your own industry. That's what Emprezz was saying. And then if you want to get that piece of paper, feel free to go and get that piece of paper. Thank you.
It's times like this, I'm missing our heroes.
Why are we not taught about the legacy of people like Marcus Garvey and black nation builders? Yeah, from the past. Because most thing we learned about Marcus Garvey, he was a black man, he was our national hero, and it ends there. But why are we not talking about...
He's a businessman. He was a great thinker. He was the only person in history to galvanize black people at a time when we weren't even allowed to do anything, to combat the biggest organization of us ever. And who made it? Who helped him to fail? His own what?
People. Why aren't we not talking in depth about people like Marcus Garvey and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and those persons in depth? A long time ago, they have like scallion something. You cut it up and you put it in bags in preservatives and send it away. Only thing the white man do is they crush that up into paste, send it back to us. everything we do and send it to them, they just remanufacture it and send it back to us. So we're not making any money. We're basically buying back our same product. We are losing.
You know, you speak about Marcus Garvey. You know, Marcus Garvey always said, a people without commerce and industry will perish. That's my response to you. We will always, unless we develop our own and industries where we are in control, where we lay down the rules, not where we have to answer to them.